watching the Crypto Market Update with your host, Chris Marshall, your home for the latest crypto news, reviews, and updates that can be found around the block. If this is your first time here, then we would like to thank you for watching. If you enjoy the show, please like, subscribe, and share with anyone that you believe needs this type of content in their life. Just a reminder, anything discussed on this show is for educational and entertainment purposes only and should not be considered financial advice. With that out of the way, let's get on with the show.
Morning. This is your crypto market forecast. Every Monday we come to you to share with you things that are coming up throughout this week that may have an effect on your favorite crypto. I'm your host, Chris Marshall. And in today's crypto market forecast, there's not that many events going on this week that are going to be interesting other than just watching this roller coaster of a market that we are currently in. So strap in as we hear a word from our sponsors. First off, Customerify. If you are a tech startup, SaaS startup, app, if you have a restaurant, a thing like a martial arts school, a dance studio, anything like that, if your business thrives on feedbacks and reviews, check out Customerify at www.customerify.io. It's the easiest way to collect user feedback and reviews. You can simply go in, create a campaign real quickly and easily, and simply and efficiently inject the code that it creates for you into your existing website or email marketing campaign, anything like that. So go check them out, www.customerify.io. And second, OTech, Ocala's Blockchain, Crypto and Technology Innovation Council. If you're into tech and in the Ocala, Florida area, go ahead and check them out at www.facebook.com/Ocala Tech Council. They have meetups quite often, doing some pretty cool stuff. Tomorrow night, they will be at Bank Street Patio Bar and Grill downtown from 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock. Go ahead and check them out. All right, with that out of the way, let's move on to our market watch. All right, we're over here on coinmarketcap.com. Today we are sitting at 19,451 cryptos every day. It's coming up just a little bit. It's 525 different exchanges that you could go and transact on. Our market cap is about $1.25 trillion, $1.277 trillion, 24-hour volume. Considering most of that was over on a Sunday, 88 billion, quite high. Bitcoin dominance 44.5, ETH dominance at 19.1, and gas is at 26 Gwei. That is quite interesting. We are a little low, lower than we were last week, so that's good. All right, let's take a look at some of the top coins and what they're doing. Most everything is down. Obviously, I think we had a little bit of a bump on Friday, I do believe it was. Simply because of how drastically the market fell over the last week. Of course, we need a little bit of a green day. So yeah, but since then, we are still down. ADA is actually up for the day, and so is Sol. That's interesting. Not much else. Yeah. Pretty much everything else is down. MakerDAO had a really good day last week. Last week, they were up quite a bit overall instead of being down. So they're still just carrying on this trend here. And other than that, I think everything else is down. Terra at 11 cents. That's good. Earlier, it was at like 8 cents. So, yeah. Other than that, not much exciting going on. Let's move on to the Crypto Greed and Fear Index. Today we're sitting at a 14. Yesterday we were at a 10. I think on Saturday we were at like an 8 or a 9 or something like that. Last week overall at 11 and last month at a 28. We are in extreme fear. If you're not familiar with the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, some people like to use it as an indicator to determine whether or not the market is ready to be bought or if the market is ready to be sold. This is just an indicator, not actual a tool, use it at your own risk. A lot of people think that when the market is fearful, that may indicate a good time to buy, and when the overall market is greedy, that may indicate a good time to sell. Let's move on to some charts. All right, so we are currently watching this bearish flag pattern play out that started at the peak of the market back in November. So this is kind of like a three-part thing we have to figure out and watch. So this here from the top of the market to the bottom where this flag pattern started to play out is your flag pull in this. If we were to copy and paste that, I've already done so, you would take it and you would put the exact height, you'd put it at the top of the flag, the parallel channel here, and then wherever the bottom of that flag pull that would come out, that should be your price target for the bottom of this bearish flag pattern to play out. Will it get this low? I don't know. If it were to play out, that would put us about $13,000 for Bitcoin. So I have this nice little box here, sitting between $12,000 and $14,000. I think that's probably going to be where we see a bottom. If nothing else kind of happens, we could end up seeing, something else. I think what we may end up seeing right now in the last couple weeks, since we've really fallen, is either a bearish flag. This could be a bearish pennant pattern. Basically what you would have is from May 5th to May 12th. That would be your flag pull. Let's make this something we can see easily. Let's go with a teal color. And then we may end up forming a pennant here. It could be another actual flag with parallel channel. It's hard to say right now just because of where we're at. But if it is a flag or something like that, you would take this flag pull here and you would just put it here. So anywhere within here, I wouldn't be surprised if it came up, touched the top of this parallel channel, and then fell to the bottom. So somewhere around in there. So we might be seeing something like this play out, where we're going to come down, maybe touch the bottom of this channel. That'll kind of tell us whether or not if we're in a parallel channel for a couple days, or if we start to climb back up before we touch the bottom, it may be a bearish pennant. Same thing's going to play out if it's a pennant or a parallel channel. It doesn't really matter. The overall outcome is going to be relatively the same. We're going to keep going down. So I think there's definitely a good chance that we're just going to see some of these repeating patterns until we hit this $14,000 to $12,000 level, and then that would be a good indicator of where are we going to stop at. Now, this doesn't always play out the way we think it should, or the way we thought it will. Over here, we had a similar situation where we started to have this bearish flag. We may call it a bearish pennant pattern. It's more like a bearish flag pattern. Right about in this area here. This could have been a flag. And so what we would have been looking at in theory is we should have seen, somewhere around a $13,000 Bitcoin back in, July, June, July, August time. But that didn't play out. Instead, we kept holding strong, and then we came back up for all-time highs again. Now, is this because we're in the 4-year cycle? It's hard to tell, but definitely something to keep your eye on and be aware of, that we could be going that low. So again, I'm not buying, I'm not selling. I'm not doing anything. I'm simply watching and waiting to see what the market is going to be doing. Yeah, that's basically it for the charts. Nothing else too important that I really want to look at today. Looks like some stocks are starting to slightly recover, get a little bit of recovery going on. That's interesting. I will pull up some of the event calendars that we have going on, but there's not a whole lot that's going to be super important to the crypto market. Not like the FOMC meetings or the real inflation numbers or anything like that from last week. We got some pretty standard reports coming in and indexes and all that stuff, but nothing super interesting for us. I'm kind of interested in the housing starts, just for my own personal stuff, but it's not really crypto related or anything like that. Then in actual crypto events, we got a couple things that may be interesting. I think Permissionless 2022 could be a cool little event. So I'm going to see if I can find any news coming out of there later on today. And then there was I've not heard of blockchain economy, but that's one that I wanted to check out and see if there was anything going to be coming out of that. And then over on CoinMarketCap events, there's not much going on, just a lot of these meme coins and crap coins that they're going to be, doing some small stuff, but nothing exciting, nothing interesting that I really care to talk too much about. So that is it for today's episode. Hope you've enjoyed today's episode and found it useful. If you have, go ahead, please like and subscribe to the channel. Share the channel with your friends. We are trying to get this crypto news out there. Try to inform people about the choices that they're going to want to make in crypto as it starts to become more prevalent in our society. People need to start learning about this now before it becomes mainstream, before it becomes mass adopted, because if they don't, they could easily get left behind. And that's what I don't want people to do. So if you know anybody that is in a high risk for being left behind, people who are kind of tech savvy, show them the channel. Let them know. That's the people that I want to educate and entertain, to make certain that they understand what is happening within this space. So yeah, that's it for today's show. I will see you all on Friday for the crypto market recap. Go back and look at the events that happened throughout the last week, see what effect they had on the market. Until then, it's been real. I'll see you all later. Bye.